Well, that's a familiar looking rig. Well, good day everybody, and welcome back to Canadian Can-Am channel. It's a beautiful October day and we're going to go for a little cruise in the woods and spend the day out in the fall colors. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your trip, or enjoy the trip as we take a little cruise around the trails of Beaver Bank, Nova Scotia. Set?
All set, sir.
We're gonna go up to the first bridge and stop, just check everything over. So, all good.
Yep.
Hi there, everybody. It's October 25th, 2021, and me and a couple of gentlemen are gonna go for a little cruise in the woods today. We're gonna explore some trails. I'm going to show them some new spots they haven't been to, and we're going for a little lunch. So sit back, relax, enjoy the ride as we take a cruise around the trails of Beaver Bank all the way up to Renfrew today. It was a nice day starting off, and it's going to stay nice the whole day. It was about 8 degrees when we left our starting point at 9:30 this morning, and looking forward to a great day on the trails. You'll see me checking my mirrors a little more often today on the trip, just because I'm keeping an eye on my two friends behind me. They have a communication system between the two of them, but I haven't got my Senna moved over to my new helmet here, so I have to get that done, because if I had my Senna on, I could have connected up through Bluetooth to them, and then all three of us could have had a bit of conversation with each other as we were going down the trail. So I gotta get that squared away on my helmet and get that set up again so I can communicate with my fellow riders as we're going along the trails. So I like this little spot. It's a nice little brook, running through here and a bridge over it. We're just going to stop here now for a few minutes, and we're going to give the machines a good look over, make sure nothing's out of whack, nothing seems to be broken, or nothing dripping out that shouldn't be dripping out, and then we'll get back on the trails. Yeah, this is a nice little brook here. Actually, I was hoping to get in a little earlier, like a week ago, to get all the fall colors, but as you can see, most of the leaves are now falling off the trees, but we will get to see a bit of a punch of color every now and again as we move through the trails. But I just like having this spot and taking a moment just to reflect, because it's a nice peaceful spot here. But we're going to get back on the trails here shortly and get scooting along. The original plan here is to do the loop. I said my two colleagues that are riding with me have never been out on these trails, so they're out with me today, and I'm just showing them some of the spots they can go. So I'm going to take them up and do the loop up towards Renfrew and all that fun stuff. So that's the plan. That's the plan for the day. We plan to be gone for about 6 hours, but I think we end up being I think we're going to end up being gone longer. Just that we tend to stop and have more chats and stuff like that as we were going along. So the weekend, we just finished the weekend. We're in here on a Monday cruising around. I mean, there's not going to be many people on the go, which is nice for us. It's got the woods pretty well to ourselves. But except for the odd person out maybe deer hunting or grouse hunting. But for the most part, we had it to ourselves. But the rain was lots of water in the puddles and stuff. A lot of it drained up and dried up prior to us heading out. But there is lots of puddles, so nice thing with the cab is going to keep the mud off me. But it was also 8 degrees, which was it was comfortable. I didn't have to. This is the Limited, the Defender Limited. It has the heater system into it, heater and AC. I mean, not really worried with the AC part, but for the winter time, for the heat, especially up here where I live in Nova Scotia, you can get pretty cool long rides. So when I decided to purchase this particular machine, it was once I have a little bit of comfort, so I got the full cab and I got the heat system into it. So I didn't need it today. It was +8. I was only wearing a long sleeve shirt, and it wasn't really too bad. I had the windows down most of the day, and it was comfy. But yeah, looking forward though to the wintertime runs though, so I can enjoy the heat part of the cab and be able to ride around in comfort. Also doing a little bit of an experiment with my GoPro. I've been having some issues with the batteries not holding the charge and draining the batteries a lot faster than I expect. So I picked up a little adapter that I can plug right into the GoPro, and I can run it off my 12 volt on the side by side. And the idea is that I can just leave the camera powered up the whole time and record, and I have to worry about the battery dying. So this was a bit of an experiment today, and see how it works. And for the most part, for the first little bit, it seemed to be working fine. But little did I know that, and you'll see me, you probably see it earlier, I was plugging in and unplugging as I was getting into the vehicle, plugging in the USB power cord. and that was just a connection to get power to the GoPro. But little did I know that all that was doing was letting the battery drain down. It wasn't actually charging up the battery, and it wasn't bypassing the battery and powering the GoPro. So I never got a whole lot of video this time around, which kind of ticked me off a little bit. That's all you can do. So all I managed to get was probably the first hour of riding here today, and I've cut it up a little bit to give me about a 20-minute video. But I was wondering why this experiment worked, so I had to figure it out. And come to realize that if the battery is in the GoPro, I have an old Hero 3 that are hard to get batteries for. I may have a look on eBay or Amazon, maybe I come across some new batteries. And I have the backpack that used to go on the back of it to extend the life of it, but I wanted something that would just be able to keep recording the whole time until the card maxed out. And so I thought I had to figure it out. So apparently that's not the case. The only way that the bypass power cord works is by taking the actual GoPro battery out of the camera and then plugging the cable into the camera that way. And the few experiments I've done since this ride, trying it has worked. I can get the full power to the camera and has power running all the time. Oh, there's Mr. Grouse. First of 8 we're going to see today. And yeah. But at least we saw a fair bit of, and that's why I'm a little ticked off, because we saw a whole bunch of wildlife on this ride, and of course I didn't have a camera ready to catch it all. So hopefully I got it figured out. The only downside is when I get out of the side-by-side and I disconnect, I have to turn off the camera first, and so it saves the video file, and then I have to disconnect. So if I turn off the power to the side-by-side first, or I just disengage the camera without ending, like properly stopping the recording, then I lose the video file. But the short experiment I did there proved that I can actually video now, so I can actually video the whole ride and not worry about losing battery. I just don't get stuff outside of the side-by-side like I did before. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on how I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, I had to come up with something, because it was getting a little bit pain in the butt with the batteries and losing footage of some neat things done on the trails. Like for this ride example, gone for almost 7 hours. I only got an hour's worth of video, which I wished I had more of, and I probably would. If I had more, I probably would have had more pictures of the wildlife and the spots we stopped at and all that good stuff. But that's my little bit of my technical rant for the day, and we're just going to enjoy the rest of the ride. And getting back to the GoPro, that's my little fix that I got for my GoPro. I think I will do a separate video on that, just to show how I bypassed it and how I got it to work. So I will do that at a later video at a later date when I have some free time on my hands. So like I said, unfortunately, this is about all the pretty well all the video I actually managed to capture that day due to my experiment. We did have a great day. I mean, we were gone for six and a half, almost 7 hours. We put over 99 kilometers on the machines, and we had lots of stops, lots of breaks, and we had a nice little mug up in the woods. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank my two friends for coming out and exploring the trails with me, and look forward to catching everybody else on my next video. Stay safe on the trails, everybody.